Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone in this world, and welcome back again to my beautiful channel. And as beautiful as you are who are watching, for today's video, we're going to talk about salary and taxes computation. So how much you're going to earn and how much you're going to lose. Are you going to be in debt or are you going to save a lot? So for nurses there, this is about time. We're going to talk about how you're going to be well compensated and think about how much you're going to save or how much you're going to lose. Okay, so if you think that my channel is or this video is helpful, please do comment down below or subscribe to my channel. Okay, without further ado, let's start the computation. It's math, so it's money, so there are numbers that you're going to see all over this. Okay, so nurses here, they work for 12-hour shifts, so like in the hospital, so like 7 in the morning out to 7 p.m. and 7 p.m. then up to the 7 in the morning. So usually it's like that. Even in home health it's 12-hour shift. So but mostly they work like regular is 3 days. So it's up to you if you want to take other shift like overtime, like 1 or 2 more days. So but mostly those are the hours that you could have, so you could get along. You could get more overtime or more hours to compensate and earn more. Okay, so without further ado, let's start the computation first with 28 hours. So if you are under 28 hour or whatever rate that you have, you can multiply it by 12 hours times 3 days. So for 28, you're gonna get $1,000 and $8 I mean for 1 week. So if that's for 2 weeks, you're gonna get a 2016 US dollar. For 4 days, you're gonna get 1,344 for 1 week. So for 2 weeks, you're gonna get $2,688. That's good, isn't it? But don't get too excited because there are deductions, of course, for that. So these are called the taxes. So they have many taxes here in the United States. So like for instance, the federal withholding tax, the Social Security tax, the Medicaid tax, school tax, state tax, and the income tax. And then your total later. Okay, now here in Texas, we only pay like 3 taxes. So includes the federal withholding, the Social Security, and the Medicaid. Those are the 3. We're free with the school tax, state tax, and the income tax. So for instance, in other states, they pay income tax like 3 or 4%, state tax like 1 or 2%, school is like 1%, so something like that. So overall, they will have like 20 to 25% deductions on their salary. So that's how it is. So that's why if you work less hour, then less taxes you get, but less money. But if you work more, you are gonna get more money but more taxes that you will be deducted to you. Now let's talk about the taxes. So the federal withholding taxes accumulates like 6 to 20%. So it depends, but the less hours you get, of course, the less money, then the less percentage that will be deducted to you. So so that's how it works. So and then for the Social Security is constant like 6.20%, and the Medicaid is 1.45%. So that's how we will get the total. So for instance, we're going to talk about the single and the married worker. So for 12 hours for single, so I computed this for instance for the 2016, you work for only for 3 days. Let's start first with that for single filer, and then let's compare it with the married filer or worker. For single filer for 2016, we're going to deduct that, the like 11% is 229. Then the Social Security is times 6.20% is 124. Then the Medicaid is 1.45% is 29.2. So we add it up, so you will get the total deduction of $382 from your salary of 2016 for 2 weeks, for 3 days. So you would end up to get the $1,633. So that's your net, except for insurance. But usually if you are single, they're free from insurance. But sometimes you need to copay, or the employer would have like 60% and 40% for you or whatever. But usually for single, they are free. But if not, you end up gonna pay like $120 for insurance. So $120 will be deducted to this one, so you end up getting a net pay of $1,500. That's it. So $1,500 for 3 days. But if you're gonna work for 4 days, so the $2,688 for single, so we multiply it for 14%. For instance, the deduction is 376. The Social Security is 6.20%, which is 167. Then for the Medicaid is 1.45%, which is $39. So overall, you're gonna be deducted with $582. Then the net income is $2,106 without the insurance. So if you have to pay insurance, so less like $120, so you will end up like $1,900. So single worker, not married, so you live alone, you will earn more because you don't have dependents. So you don't have your animal husbandry or your Chucky doll or your kids. Okay, the Chucky doll, you don't have that, so you're gonna get more. But the disadvantage to that is the federal withholding taxes. You get more, but probably you end up paying taxes when you file your taxes for the whole year. So like the tax refund, you're not gonna get something. But sometimes, I don't know how it work, but mostly those who are single filer that earn a lot, but I don't know how they compute it, but sometimes you end up paying. But sometimes you will get something at the end of the year, so like $1,500 for the tax refund. That will be computed on your federal, so that's how it is. So that's for the single. Okay, I hope you get it because it's number. I know nurses are not that good on number as well as me. Okay, so next is for the married. Now for married, we're going to talk about the first with the 2016. So you work only 3 days, but I think it's not exciting if you work like 3 days. You have to work like 4 or 5 days in a week. That's better. But for 3 days, federal withholding is less, like 7 or 8% only. So like for 7% or 8% is $145. 6.20% is $124, and then 1.45% of the Medicaid is $29.23. So that will be total of $299 deduction. So overall, you're gonna end up getting $1,716. Okay, and that's your net without the insurance. And since you have dependents and you have your husband and your wife or your children, you end up getting the insurance, the health insurance. So you will pay like 200 or 250, something like that, or 300. It depends on the insurance that you wanted to get. So but mostly like 200 to 250 for one kid or two kids, so that's good. So that will be deducted for you every pay check. So if 200 for instance less, so you end up like 1500 as well, plus so that's it. We're not gonna pay school, state, or income, but if you live on other state that pay for that, you end up you're gonna end up less, or that's why you need to work or find work more. Okay, so now for 4 days of work you end up having 2,688. So for federal withholding tax, like for instance like 9%, it's because when it gets higher the bracket of taxes will get higher too, so like 9 or 10% for federal withholding. Okay, and then for the SSS it's the same, 166. Then for Medicaid is 39. So your total is $452.8. So you end up getting $2,235 for 4 days of work. So if you're gonna pay for insurance, health insurance, less 150 will be deducted on your paycheck, then you're gonna end up like 1,900, something like that, for 4 days of work. Now for federal withholding tax for married couple and with their children, they will get more tax refund at the end of the year because they are dependent, so they are taxable. So they will deduct more taxes, and at the end they will get more money for refund because it will count for your dependent for 1 or 2 children, or and as well as your animal husbandry, so that's also your dependent. So just in case your husband works or work, so it will add to your tax assess as well. So the more money you will get where they are combined, and their taxes will increase as well. So that's why you have to balance those. If you are getting more money, then the more taxes you have. But at the end of the year, you'll see if you are payable or not payable. Mostly if you have like 2 children or 3 children, then you will end up getting more tax refund, and you'll be happy and excited how much you can get. Sometimes I ask some other people that they get like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, or 5,000 US dollar for their tax refund. I don't know how it works, but at least, I mean, like, you will get more. So work more and work hard, then therefore it will compensate with your expenses. So the cost of living here is high, but if you do work more, then it's good. You will live more. There is optional deductions again for 401k. So it means that this is a contribution for retirement savings. It's an optional if you wanted to get it or not. So if you wanted to get it, you might contribute for like around 3% to 6%. So it's up to you how much it is. But to know more about the 401k savings is that it's helpful too, because your employer sometimes could match the 3% and another 3% that will be contributed to your 401k retirement savings. So you cannot withdraw that unless you have to use it for something in the future. So it's like savings. So it will be deducted to your automatic into your salary. So if you wanted to get it, so it's an optional if you wanted to or not. So that would that is an additional deduction if you wanted to pursue and sign with your employer. So if you get on my video, on last video of cost of living, like 3,000 US dollar, but other expenses, if you don't want to shop, like 500, that's also your savings as well, if you remember that. So on my video, so you end up getting more if you work more. So that's how it is. Now with all the taxes. Here in Texas, that's why I promote you come over here in Texas and visit. So work here, so they don't have the school tax, state tax, and the income tax. Other states like California, yeah, they have this one, so they end up like paying a lot. So it's other states like friendly states that don't have the income taxes are like the Texas, of course here, Alaska, Florida, Nevada, Las Vegas is there in Nevada, and South Dakota, and Washington, and Wyoming. So those are the friendly 7 states that are what I call that are friendly state when it comes to taxes. So by the way, when you buy something here in Texas, before it's like 8.25% for the sales tax, but now I think they reduced to 6.25%. So that's why the cost of living here is less. So less is good. So that's why come over here in Texas. I'm here in Houston. If you can be here and pass by, just give me a message so we can chit chat a little bit. So I hope you learn a little bit on the salary and taxes computation. That's how it is. So overall, I hope you learn. If you have some comments and something to share, please comment down below. And thank you for watching. I hope everybody is in good condition, and mabuhay po tayong lahat. God bless.